Hey everybody, welcome back to Plum Figgy. This is Tammy. Alright, so we're going to continue and hopefully finish up this journal today. Last time we started with this front page, which we turned into an accordion journal and used some scrapbooking paper and magazine paper and basically got ourselves a shell of what our end product will be. You guys probably saw, how much did you see? Maybe this much of it? I don't remember. But I've added additional pages to the journal. And you can kind of get an idea of what they look like. We'll definitely go back and we'll add stuff to these empty spots here. But I want to walk you through now. Yeah, and I got glue all over the place. There's just glue everywhere. I don't know if I love this or not. I might cover this part with something, maybe a belly band or something. But yep. So this is the last page. So if you haven't watched the first video of this little two-part series, go back and watch that. Essentially what I did was deconstructed a Coca-Cola box, Coca-Cola cans box. Here's an example. Just imagine this is larger and it says Coca-Cola. But, you know, repurposing the packaging that you use every day is a great way to junk journal. That's pretty much the whole idea of it. So what I've done is just covered that box in a piece of scrapbook paper. And so that's now going to be my back cover or front cover, whichever one we decide. It doesn't really matter which one. But at this point now, so we've done all of our pages. You know, I could keep going, but I feel like it's getting thick, and it's just going to get thicker because I'm going to continue to add paper. But at this point, I want to glue my cover to the paper that we've got there. So I'm just double checking to make sure I'm doing it. Yes, that's correct. I'm just like rethinking a little bit before I actually glue. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue down here, and this will be our base for finishing this up, and then we can add some more paper to it. So I'm going to do my best to center this as well as I can, keeping in mind that this particular glue dries pretty fast. I think I did pretty good. So we'll just make sure that's nice and secure. I got a little bit too far this way. I could trim that with some scissors, but I don't know. To be honest with you, it doesn't really bother me too much. Probably what instead I will do is put some washi tape down here and disguise it. So, all right, so now I want to just finish decorating, I guess, or filling in right there. I'm just gonna put let's see how much of this you can see. All right. Okay, so I've got my paper scraps here, and so I can just, you know, use whatever I feel like I want to use. It's a little different looking, but I'll go with it. Again, I could make a pocket or two. Really, whatever you feel like you want to do is fair game at this point. Okay. So obviously I'll need to cover this with something. Let's see. Trying to find some smaller pieces like this. This might be a nice little piece to put there. Oh, it's got glue on the bottom. It's like, why is that sticking up? That's actually kind of cute. So I'm gonna just make that a little smaller, and we'll just glue that down completely. But before I glue that down, maybe, let me just set that here for a second. Maybe we do this one first. Okay, and then we can put this one there. Like so. And that makes the green of this work a little bit better. Ouch, that really hurt. I just poked myself. Alright, so I guess we can find something to put here. Let's see what I can find. I just need something little. Oops, got some washi tapes here. I don't really know what this is. This could work, but I don't really like it. Let's see, little pieces. Got this, got that piece, we've got those and that. And I'm gonna put him back in there and we'll just pretend like we didn't see it. I'm gonna put this back over here. I don't like it up there at the top, so, okay. Let's see, I think maybe I like this the best. I'm just gonna rip this in half and we can do that. I will use my tweezers here because I don't want gluey fingers anymore. Alright, so as you saw, we have spots throughout the journal where we might have some writing that we want to cover or some blank sides of pages. Here you see I actually left a little gap accidentally. So at this point now our actual journal is constructed, and it's, I think, fun to kind of just flip back through, and now we can see what the back side looks like. We've spent a lot of time focusing on the other side and just kind of hoping that the back side looks okay. So now is a fun time to really see what we're working with then. And it's amazing how these journals just kind of work out somehow. They just work, you know. Oh yeah, oh, I like that. That's really cool. So I'm sorry, my nails are just atrocious right now. That's cute too. Oh, that's really cute. Although I do already see we might do some washi tape or something there. So yeah, this is kind of, we got a blank slate going on here, and then here's our front cover. So maybe a little bit less to do on this side, but all right. Well, let's go ahead and get to work and start, I guess, decorating / finishing up. This kind of works perfectly right there, so I'm just gonna go with it and glue it straight down. Should we do a pocket? Maybe we should. Let's do a pocket right in the middle. Let's see, do we want the pocket going out this way or that way? Or let's do a belly band. I think that's originally what I said I was going to do anyway, so let me just make sure and do what I said I was going to do. Okay, so we're not needing to be super perfect here. This is still just a work in progress type situation where we're just looking for opportunities to add pockets or I don't even know, whatever it might be. This is some watercolor that I had done on watercolor paper. It's really pretty, but it's thick, so it's hard to really kind of figure out what to do with it. I'm going to turn it into another pocket over here. And at the same time, cover up that text that we don't necessarily need to see. Really pretty. All right, and then we can come back later and add something to put into that pocket. I don't know that I need to change too much here, other than I don't love seeing this. And so the beauty of these journals now is I've got this text spanning both pages, so I could find something to cover up both pages, and why not? Because we've got white going on here, so it's not like it will hurt anything. I am going to put this up here. And so this is how you use up your stash. Use up your scraps by using them to, I guess, do these little band-aid type situations. Find something else in here to use. Also, I've got other little snippets of from the magazine that I could use, and pull some of these smaller pieces out. Like these, they're really interesting. I mean, this could make a really interesting little pocket, just part of it. I'm keeping some of these because I feel like I could use the words in some kind of a way. So, yeah, I don't love this color at all, so we're gonna bypass those. We have some envelopes that are super vintage and old, and the paper is pretty, but and the writing is really pretty, but not super sturdy, so we could use that. This could work somewhere. Here we have print-offs from digital kits that could be incorporated. So yeah, all of your little scraps and things. I don't love both of those for this particular journal, but that one might work. And you saw some of these getting used in that other journal, so there's 3 more. Here, let's pull this one out too. That's interesting. So anyway, you kind of get the idea. These have been just in my scrap pile for the longest time, that they're just not really getting used. So go ahead and start using some of this stuff. Don't know what that is, but we can use that. Little tiny pieces. More little tiny pieces. These are fun, but probably not for this journal. That's interesting. That could be used. So anyway, okay. I'm just going to pull out a pile of things to kind of more easily sift through and work with here. Okay. Okay. And we'll probably use some of that other stuff too, but okay, let me reorganize my thoughts. Where was I? So I was kind of covering this up. What could we do? We could maybe make a little kind of tuck spot here even, right there out of this piece. Again, just kind of covering up that bit of writing that we don't necessarily need. And I love how the yellowing of the old vintage paper is really popping off of there. And then after we're all said and done, we could come back, or do it now, and add some washi tape along the bottom, actually. Maybe this one, actually. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, I like that, to kind of cover up that white line. Oh, I need to glue this down a little bit better here. Alrighty. Okay, so that page is done. Let me refold this because I added those papers that needed to be folded. Now, on this page, we've got this big spot to cover with, I think I might use something like this, right? Because it's kind of perfect. It's really perfect. So here's where I think I'll pull my ruler out and figure out how tall it is without all this white space. Okay, so got about that much room to work with. I think I'll just go ahead and glue this down kind of the same way that, oh, well, that's all right. We don't need all that. I'll just glue it anyway, and sometimes you gotta sacrifice a page. A pretty picture maybe. But yeah, so this is basically my process. I'm just kind of deciding what I want to decorate and how to decorate as I'm going. I think I do like that there, so I might just take this piece off and we can keep this for something else, or even this piece and use it later. And I've achieved my goal of covering up what I wanted to cover, and so I still have another piece left over that I can use. So okay, I'm going to use the ruler again. Help me out. Yeah, this is where I think I might have liked the other thinner one in that case. But all right, I'm loving that picture. That's really pretty. So I'm just gonna add some glue here, just make sure it's nice and secure. This is the first one I've made that's more landscape, more size journal, and it's fiddlier. It's a lot more fiddly. The smaller ones are a lot more fun, or the slightly larger ones. This one's slightly larger, but just the horizontalness of it is proving to be a challenge, but hopefully you're getting the idea. So, okay, now at this point, I've got this here that I don't necessarily really want to keep shown. The home, I don't know, it's fine. I'm not too worried about that. We could put this there, but I don't know that this really works so well with what else is happening on this page, but let's just, no, I think we can use that for something else. I did pull out some of these really pretty tea dye papers, so maybe we can just find one that's the right height for this spot. Maybe this one. I think that'll work. So, let me glue that down. So hopefully you're kind of getting the idea. I don't only just use paper. I'm also going to pull out some washi tapes and, you know, whatever I need to help me kind of finish the whole thing up. This was a little gap, so I could very easily paste this piece down and cover that gap. Doesn't maybe need to be quite that long. So let me go ahead and do that. Doesn't go all the way, so there is this gap. So I want to remember that and not put glue there. Just glue it as we go. Okay, something like that. Love it. And now you have a nice spot where if you wanted to come back, like maybe here we put this down or something similar, or actually maybe this would be better. This could become a little tuck spot. On this little page here, right? So, you could add a photo here, a little small Instax photo maybe, or something like that. If you had a white gel pen, you could journal over here, or add another pocket over here. So, you know, the options are endless honestly. All right, so let's see. Let me find. Pulled this out. I think this would be really cool somewhere, but not right there. Actually, on that page it would be really cool. Yeah, let's do that. Let me trim that down, and then I could use that over here. Let's turn this into a belly band. And I like that some of that blue is peeking out on either side. Okay. No, I think I liked it better like this. Pull that down just a little bit. We have this little piece. Kind of tying in with our previous page. Okay, now I have to remember I am spanning the folded edge there. I don't know if I love this, but I will come back to that later, I think, and that's a tomorrow Tammy problem. Some of these pages you could decide that, and I've done this, where I've decided that I feel like what's there is actually not too bad, and kind of cool. So I didn't want to cover it up. In this case, I don't mind covering that up. Maybe with a little bit darker. Ooh, we could do, oh no, that's too matchy-matchy. But that's an idea right there. We do have this. We also had this. I don't really want to put an outdoor image on an indoor image spread. I'm going to keep this handy though. I think that's cool. Yeah, I think that's probably better like that. So anyway, we could get rid of this. Could add some journaling space right here. Let's see, I think I want to put something else down first. To cover this side. There was a little bit of writing left over there. The nice thing is this paper is, this lined paper is super thin because it's from a really cheap notebook that was tea dyed, but does not add really any bulk whatsoever. Really what adds more bulk is the glue that I just put on it. But there you go. So now you've got a little spot where you could do a little bit of note taking. We might come back later and add a pocket here or something. Mostly what I'm focusing on right now is covering these spots here. So like that. So let's see, what could we find? I might like to do, well, I've got this. This is that tea dyed paper that I don't love the pattern. So why don't I go ahead and use some of this? It's kind of the perfect width. All right, I'm going to glue this down. Hopefully straight. And then, yeah, I need it to be the other direction. So let's turn it around so I can make it the right height. Actually, maybe what I should have done is use my ruler. We're gonna leave some of that brown paper showing, and then that'll give us a little bit extra on the scrap that's left over. Okay, and very carefully rip this away. There we go. And I'll add the rest of my glue. Okay, so that is now fixed. Let's make sure we fold this the right direction, which appears to be like that. So this is where it can kind of get a little tricky when you're gluing thicker papers together. This tea-dyed paper was a little bit thick on top of, I think, another little bit thick paper. It works, you just kind of got to work with it. So, okay. So there's now that spread and that spread. Okay. So let's go ahead. I remember pulling out some of these. Might kind of work. Maybe this one. That's been tea-dyed too. I'm going to go all the way up to the edge on this, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue that down. But first I want to keep these handy and use something to put behind it to kind of cover up some of that. White paper. Okay, so that's good. Let me rip this. Oops. Got a little too far with the ripping. I'll cover that with some washi tape or something. And then let's glue this down. And that's one fun thing with these journals. It's fun to just put washi tape down in, I don't know, kind of random places. So, cool. All right, well that I think is good. That's dried already, and I basically covered that. Checking my time. All right, so here we've got an opportunity to cover, I think, this middle section with something. Could be this kind of something. But first, let's cover this page. This is quite a large spot. So I'm going to grab just a piece of scrapbook paper, I think. And we'll just go ahead and use some scrapbook paper. I don't know that I want to use the whole thing, but I'll get some of it on there. Okay, all right, I'll glue that down. So this particular journal, I need more practice. I did not do a great job of folding all these pages, and you can kind of see that here. This is a little bit too short. This might be the worst one in the journal. I think most of the rest are okay, but that's where I was saying it's kind of important to pay attention to how you're folding things, because they can be not the right width very easily. You think you're doing good, and then all of a sudden at the end you're like, oh no, I was not doing good. There's a problem there. So okay, got this worked perfectly to kind of make all the way over to this other page. So I now need to refold that because it's not going to fold the way that I want it to. How was this folded? That's the question. All right, so like this, right? Like that. Okay, like so. All right, so I think you guys get the idea. I'm gonna keep working on this and keep adding and filling in all these little bits and pieces of places. Oh, that's cool. Here, let's do this. So this is where adding this kind of thing comes in, and it really makes it fun and interesting. This paper is a little bit thin, but I'm still gonna turn that into a pocket, I think. And I'm gonna go all the way to the edge so we don't have that white edge showing. And now we've got a pocket on that page. So, all right, and then after that, all you gotta do is decorate your cover, or not if you don't wanna decorate it. Oh, this kind of page, I tend not to want to show people if I can help it. So, you know, I might do something kind of like this where maybe not this entire piece, but I don't know. This is kind of a cool little quote though. So dealing with something like this can be interesting. Trying to find the right piece to put there. But yeah, turning this into a pocket of some kind might be a better choice. Actually, that might be kind of cool. And then I could put something behind that. Maybe not that piece, but something similar. But yeah, you get the idea. So, I guess the only other, how do I want, I'm gonna just tack this down with a little bit of glue along the bottom and up the side just a little bit. So let's see, how did I have that? Kind of like this. So we've got ourselves a little tuck spot there. All right, I'll keep working on that. That needs a little bit more stability and it's kind of ripped there. But I was gonna show you a fun little trick that I like to do. You can see it here. This was strips, really thin strips like this. The cut-offs, you know, that we all have, where if you wanted to take this and turn it into a pocket, it's really easy. And this is how I do it. Get rid of some of this extra glue. Use this side. So I just put a little bead of glue, whoops, down one edge, and then glue my next piece to that edge, joining them together like this. And you keep doing that for as big of a page as you want. Probably not right on top of your existing project. But it's a really fun way to kind of take these little bits of scrap pieces and use them. So I might turn this one into a pocket actually. And or it could become a belly band, could go like that. But now you've taken those three, what you might have thought were unusable pieces of paper, and turned them and gave them a purpose. So I'm gonna get rid of the straight edge, and we can glue that down there. Actually, maybe I need one more. Let me get rid of that straight edge. Put some glue down here. Okay. And it's not perfectly lined up widthwise, but we can very quickly and easily fix that. All right, so now we've got ourselves an interesting pocket going on there, or could become a pocket. I want to add something kind of different over here for texture. You see what I mean by this is addicting? You just can't stop doing it. It's just like, it takes over your brain. This is kind of cool. Let me trim it there, and we'll put that down. Where's my scissors? Just gonna, whoops, cut this straight across so we've got a nice clean edge on the bottom. then I'm thinking to myself, I really need to get up and do some housework. I have to vacuum today, and I know that's not that big of a deal, but I'd rather do this. So. Okay. Sort of straight. And then the best part is we can come back with some washi tape and fix that later. Get rid of some of those white edges. So now I'm just going to take some glue and go around this perimeter. And we've got ourselves a nice big pocket for a page that was kind of like, oh, well, what are we going to do with that page? It's kind of weird. But now it makes a little bit more sense. You got a tree at the top. You got bits and pieces kind of going around there. I'll add something else over here, and I don't know. No, not that. You know, or maybe that's where we incorporate this little guy. Oh, double pocket. Let's do that. I like that idea. That looked really kind of pretty. So let's put that down right there. So now we've got a double pocket, or not, or it could just be journaling space, but you know. So anyway, I hope I showed you kind of, or you got the main gist of the process. I don't think we'll have time to finish this whole thing on camera today, but maybe next time I'll come back and having all of this kind of filled in, the white spaces anyway, and then we could come back and do some more decorating, at least on the front and back cover. This right here, I don't know. I might cover that with something too. It's not really too big of a deal. I don't think her hand in the picture. Mostly I don't want people's faces because I wouldn't want my face in somebody's random junk journal. But yeah, so next time we'll come back and kind of work on the front and back covers, adding some decoration and I guess finishing it up. But yeah, you can kind of already see it's kind of bulking up a little bit more already, and I don't even have all of the white spaces completely covered yet. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed coming along with me today. I will see you all in the next video very soon. Bye.